So here's the last 5 things that you need to do. Number 1, you have to talk about the business case always. You got to talk about talent, you got to talk about sales, you got to talk about engagement and the role that diversity plays in that. Number 2, you have to deepen your own cultural competency. You know what I tell men? You got to come to a conference like this. Most men, when they walk into a room of 200 women, are scared to death. But you know what? Eventually it gets easier. So the men who are out there and willing to help you, you got to invite us in. You know who they are. The most powerful thing that can happen is, as a man, if I'm in a business meeting, if I can look at Linda and say, Linda, as a woman, do you see this any differently? It's said genuinely, it's said respectfully, but I have to tell you, after 20 years of political correctness and HR and lawsuits, I am scared to death as a man to acknowledge your differences. And what are we losing? I'm losing what Linda has to offer. Number 3, maniacally manage talent. Everyone is valuable. You cannot afford to lose anyone. If you think HR owns talent, you've got to change the dialogue in your organization. The C-suite needs to own talent. The business needs to own talent. This is not about HR. This is around every manager being held accountable for managing talent. Number 4, do what leaders do. Ask tough questions and hold people accountable. It's not about a nice to do. I'm not going to make my business plan, I'm not going to make my bonus unless you meet your goals. And oh, by the way, leaders are really good at this. Leaders ask tough questions. And 9 times out of 10, folks, I got to tell you, don't be scared. They don't have the answer either, right? But they're leaders. When a VP asks you to do something, what do? You jump, you go research it, you go find out. So if you're a leader, ask tough questions. And then number 5, symbolic gestures and systemic changes. You've got to become a champion. And part of this is just showing up, right? This is the, John, I need you to go to this women's forum event. I want you to talk to 20 women. I want you to become a sponsor. I want you to be a mentor. Once you know, I'm going to hold you accountable. So just showing up becomes a huge thing that every leader can do. So those are the 5 things that you need to go back and talk to your leaders about doing every day.